What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. I'm T.
And I'm Cindy.
And it's Tea Time with Cindy, your Houston-based two girls talking about nothing white noise. You can play it in the shower, you can play it in the car, getting ready in the morning. That's what I do, listening to random stuff or watching Netflix. What?
I said you're Houston-based. I'm
not.
Oh,
yeah. Previously Houston-based. By the way, you guys, everything we say on this podcast is our personal opinion. It really doesn't matter unless you want it to matter, then that's on you. But, we're just here to yap and have fun. So anyway, let's get into it. So what's the tea? How's life? What's going on with you?
Life is lifing. It's been, how long has it been since I last talked to you?
I think like
3 weeks now?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
3.5?
Yeah.
So I'm being acclimated to my new environment and I'm loving my new job. So
Yay.
I'm so glad that I'm ready now because I'm loving my new job. I'm loving the people I'm getting to meet. I'm loving the adventures I've been going on, and it's been teaching me more and more about giving myself and other a lot more grace.
Yeah.
And that's been like a running theme for my life since 2025 started, is to give more grace, especially to myself. I've been finding ways to help myself just relax, recharge, take care of me, do what I want, setting firm boundaries. But yeah, not gonna lie, I do miss my friends and my family a lot, so she's been coming back. Just kidding. I mean, we'll be coming back at least once a month because I love you guys. And I keep seeing these memes, but they really speaks to me as spending an hour with somebody that recharges you is just also what my soul needs a lot.
Definitely.
What about you, T? How's life been for you?
It's just been really busy with work and stuff, and just ruminating on what I value in myself and with others, and a theme that I've really noticed, not lately, or nothing has happened that would make me think of this, but it's just something that I've noticed for a very, very long time in society and all that, is that people tend to mistake niceness for kindness. And and something that infuriates me is when someone says, well, I was just being nice, I wasn't trying to be mean or anything. And it's well, sometimes when you're being nice in a way that is kind of mean, because a lot of the times when you're saying something like that, it's to avoid accountability.
Yeah.
And it's to avoid being uncomfortable.
Yeah, they're not setting firm boundaries either.
Yeah, it's a boundary thing.
They're afraid to hurt the other person's feeling.
Exactly.
I made that face because I had this conversation with this person that I'm talking to. This is wild because we had a whole conversation about that. So the fact that you're bringing this up now about kindness versus niceness, and the best way to describe it is the difference between nice and kindness is being nice is just one of those if you just go greet someone, when you see how everybody sees somebody greeting everyone, that's just being nice. But being kind is actually more so when you go out of your way to help someone, and not expecting anything back. Not even a thank you, You're just wanting to help them just to help them.
Yeah. It's the phrase out of the kindness of your heart, or kindness for the sake of another person, right? It's always in regards to another person, because when you're being kind, it's for the sake of someone else. It's because you care about somebody else. And nice is about you, kind is about others, right? And that's how you kind of think about it. So going back to another episode that we had about your Me Too movement, I'm sure you've probably had people say, well, he's always been nice to me. He's never done anything to me. I can't imagine, him doing that to you because he's always been nice to me. And it's yeah, of course he's nice to you because he wants you to like him. He wants to be socially accepted. He wants to have that upstanding reputation. He's nice. Of course, it's easy to be nice because being nice is just gaining popularity points for yourself. But being kind is hard.
It is.
It's hard to be kind because to be kind, you have to be genuine and truthful. And sometimes that can hurt someone else's feelings, but it's what's right. Being kind is right, and being nice is just more of like a social standing sort of thing.
That actually puts things into a lot of perspective because, oh my God, this one guy that I used to talk, like, dated, he is so nice to everyone, like everybody, to the point where I had to warn him to be like, you can't be that nice because some people might take it the wrong way. And he didn't believe me. For example, like he didn't put any thought about being nice to girls at the club. And for example, when we were dating, he would help girls, which is fine. It's like helping them get into the club and stuff. But then he would go check up on them, give them shots, all that. And I told him like, hey, because we're dating now, you need to have a firm boundary. It's fine, one drink, whatever, but now they're expecting it every single time. They're gonna expect it every time you go to the club. And that kind of like hurts me in a way because I'm just like, you're not setting a boundary with them that like, hey, I also have a girl, you know? And you can get them into the club, that's fine. But when you start offering the drinks and all that, now they're like, oh, cool. Now I have another guy under
Because that's expensive.
Yeah, like now
a shot is like $10.
They're thinking that I have somebody that can give me free drinks, free all. Now they're expecting it.
And the thing with that is that he knew what he was doing. He knew that he was being nice to get those girls to like him and to feel special.
Yeah.
And to feel like he's such an amazing guy because girls like him.
Yeah. And it wasn't until he went out this one night and because he did all the same thing, but then the girl started making moves on him. And that's when he was just like, oh crap, she was right. I have to set these boundaries because now she thought that it was okay for her to start dancing on him and stuff. And when he told me, I didn't say I told you so, but I told you so. And yeah, that's where he started like realizing that he can still be nice but with boundaries. Because I also feel like whenever you do so much for someone too, and you're doing it because trying to get brownie points and all, now you don't have a boundary with that person. Now they're going to expect it every single time they go out. They're going to expect you to get them in. They're going to expect you to give them free drinks. They're going to expect all this from you now. And then later on, you're going to think like, damn, I feel like I'm being used and that. But like, you put yourself in that position though.
Right.
Because you didn't set these boundaries.
Right.
It's fine to help your friends and all that get into clubs, whatever, with your guest list and all. But if you're doing it for the sake of just to do it, what's the point? Now you look like a fool.
Right.
And that's what I was trying to tell him was like, you just look like a fool. And not only that, you're disrespecting me by doing all of that with those girls. And like, I am the jealous type. I am very territorial though. But I also trust him to make the right decision. I will voice out what I say. I'm going to see what you're going to do. Because I'm also not the type to play games. I'm also not the type to try to test him or anything. I will tell you point in blank how I feel. What you do with that is ultimately up to you, and how you show me your reaction tells me a lot about you already.
Exactly. Yeah, and being nice and like having these girls like go, oh, like let's have a shot, let's have a hot shot, and he's like, yeah, okay. It's so much easier just to be nice, right? It's so much easier just to say, okay, yeah, for sure, like let me hook you up with these shots, let me get you into the club, whatever. It's so much easier just to be agreeable. But that doesn't mean that that's the right thing to do. Because we're conditioned to be agreeable, right? Even if it's not inherently what we believe in or inherently what is good and what is right. Because what is good and what is right is being kind to you and the relationship that y'all had and setting the boundary like, hey, I'll get you into the club, that's fine, but I'm in a relationship. don't expect anything else from me. Yeah. And just setting that boundary in a kind way, like saying it in a kind way.
Yeah.
And just not having to be so accommodating towards other people.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, some people, they think like just because you're in a relationship, there are people out there that are going to test that relationship. There are people out there who want what they can't have. Mm-hmm. And the moment that you give them access or the green light to that it's okay to disrespect the relationship, they're going to do it because it's just one of those power trip that people love to have.
Mm-hmm. It's insecure.
Yeah. It's a lot of insecure people that think that, oh, if I can take what I can't have, that just shows that I'm the top girl, top guy. But in reality, it just shows that you're messy.
Yeah.
And you're not the best person to be around. But going back to it, it's just, I feel the people that do set the firm boundaries and the respect and have a respect for their girl and or guy are truly the people that I want to be around with or to go hang out with or party with, because that shows me that even regardless of anything, having that respect for your relationship is more inspiring to be around than being around people that are willing to disrespect that relationship.
Right.
Because I would rather my man to be around people that have genuine connections, genuine love, genuine friendship, than being around people that hide, that cheat, that thinks it's okay to have like the biggest hoo-ha or what thingies and all to see how many guys or girls that they can conquer. Like, no.
Yeah.
No. Personally speaking, maybe it's because I'm getting older and all.
You're not old.
I said getting
older. Because I do feel old now. I feel like I've aged 20 years.
Yeah, but
I've gained a lot of experience these past few months, so.
But back to it, like, I feel like the respect would be if people can just be genuine to each other instead of being afraid to hurt another person's feeling. Because like you said, we often condition to people please and to please others. But if you know it's morally not correct and you're still going to do it, you need to reflect back on yourself.
Yeah, definitely. And like what you were saying with you'd rather be with people that are kind and, you know, have those values and do the right thing. Yeah, I would much rather be around someone that is a little bit mean sometimes but is honest to me than someone that is just agreeable. Just so agreeable and nothing's ever wrong. Oh, what do you want to eat? Oh, I don't care, anywhere. I'm down with whatever. And then you pick a restaurant and then they like moan and groan about it. And it's like, why didn't you say anything before? Like, I can't with these kind of people. And it's just, and I also like strongly dislike when they complain about it, when they complain about the consequences of their actions, of them being so agreeable and it leads to a situation where they're not happy or that is not in their favor. And it's like, well, that's what you get for not setting those boundaries. I've done the same thing, like not setting boundaries sometimes, and that has led me to situations that I was not very happy in, and it's a lesson to be learned. You know, sometimes you have to put your foot down. Sometimes you have to be quote unquote mean. I'd rather be disagreeable and seen as a mean person, but be honest and true to myself and honest and true to other people because I want the best for other people. You know, there's no harm. Well, there is a little bit of harm, but you know, it's all coming from but there's no harm in trying to do right by your friends and trying to do right by the people that you love by being honest with them. That's, if you're a nice person in the way that we're describing, stay away from me because I'm sick of it. I'm done. Sorry, I like can't even articulate it anymore because it's just making me so angry. Like Oh,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Being nice should be a default setting. To be
Being nice
nice to
is-
everyone, it's a default setting.
like bad is here, nice is here, and like super awesome good is here. Like
Yeah.
nice is neutral.
Yeah,
Nice is
being
baseline.
nice is, to me, is just should be a default setting.
It's like
to
the
everyone.
standard. Like, of
And,
course, you're
like-
supposed to be nice. That's the bare minimum. Of course, you're supposed to be nice. Like, how do we function in society if not by at least being somewhat nice to other people? You know, like, I mean, you could totally like be a dick and also live life, but that's not a great way to live life, and you're definitely not gonna get what you want out of life like that.
I start like thinking about something in my head when we're talking about this. It's like, you know how like people say nice guys finish last?
Yeah.
I don't want a nice guy.
Get away from me!
I'm sorry to say that I don't want a nice guy. I don't want a guy to kiss my feet,
Yeah.
or bow at me, or
Yeah.
like I want you to tell me the
Well,
truth.
pause. I want a man that'll kiss my feet.
Okay, rewind.
I want a man that will bow down to me.
Okay, I mean like I do want a guy to worship
Period.
worship me, but I also want him to be honest with me.
Yes.
I want him to tell me when I am wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to tell me when I am being a bitch towards him. And
Mm-hmm.
I want him to tell me when I'm being a bitch to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want somebody that continues to always agree with me or like just makes it so, I don't want, like there, like again, back to the topic. I don't want a nice guy because I feel like being nice is the default standard that everyone should have. Cool, you're a nice guy. Cool, you should be nice to everyone.
That's the standard. And also the nice is really about feeling good about themselves.
Yeah,
It's like about building up their, reputation and oh, see, everybody likes me because I'm so nice. Okay, cool. So like what else do you bring to the table? Are you thoughtful? Are you genuine? Are you caring? Are you altruistic? What? Like what else do you bring to the table besides being the bare minimum human being?
yeah.
And also on that, I want a man that I want a man that'll be like, back up, I got a wife. Like I want a man like that. Like I want a man that stands on business for me and our relationship. And that's what I want. Yeah. So nice. Don't.
like,
Don't even get near me.
I have seen people that are in the nightlife industry that do have relationships that are, they have to do their job of talking to the opposite sex, obviously. But they also set firm boundaries because they are with someone.
There's definitely a way to do it.
Yes, it's attainable, and I have seen it. It can be done. So everybody that thinks that it can't be done, it can be done. Sorry. Yeah. But
No, that is so true. Because it can be done. It's just about respect and saying things in a way that is honest and just not pandering towards other people. Like, why should you care about all these random people at the club over a relationship that you have with someone that is your life partner or supposed to be your life partner? Why would you value their opinion over your relationship? Like that just don't make no sense to me.
You should not be in a relationship if you're going to question it. Because I always feel like for any relationship, it's always should be them versus the world and the problem.
Yeah.
Your significant
You're
other.
supposed to be partners.
Yes, partners in life, partners in crime, partners in everything. Even like, to me, I feel like my partner would be before my family too.
Definitely.
Because I chose this other person to go
To be your family.
to be my family,
Yeah.
to be my chosen family,
Yeah.
to bring another family into this world,
I rebuke that energy.
I still want more kids, so I want more. But anyways, you can let the mommy dream through me. Okay, my
Yes.
siblings are like literally every single one of my siblings. They don't want kids, so Noah is literally going to be the only grandson.
Oh my gosh.
But I do want more kids, so they're all gonna live through me.
Yeah, I'll be the fun aunt.
But yes, but I always feel should be us two versus the whole entire world. And if there is a moment where I am not gonna agree with my partner, it still should be
You and your
between me
partner
and your
against the
partner.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always feel like if you ever feel the sense to disrespect your partner in any sorts of way, you should not be in a relationship at all.
Yeah.
You should actually take a step back and just wonder. And I would just rather end it than have it lead on to something that could be later on be a consequence.
You're No, yeah, I totally agree. I think a lot of the times when you're arguing with your partner or your partner is arguing with you about a problem that has come up in the relationship, it's so easy to be defensive and it's so easy to take it personally, right? Because sometimes it is a personal thing. It's like, hey, you don't wash your laundry and it smells. And whoa, like, okay, rude, that's quite personal. But at the end of the day, what are they saying? Like, hey, you haven't done your laundry. It smells. And, like, sometimes it's just
what
you
it
just gotta
is.
do it.
Yeah,
You just gotta
like-
do the laundry. Like, if they didn't do their laundry, it would also stink, and they would also probably not enjoy that. So it's really just like the two of y'all against the problem. And what is the problem? The stinky laundry. So just do the laundry.
It'll be wild. The fact that you're just bringing up laundry and they like take us too hard.
Yeah.
They take it too hard about the
Yeah.
laundry. So that just shows like, okay, there's something more than just the laundry.
Yeah.
And that's a you problem that you
Yes.
need to probably look inside
You're-
and solve yourself. Because all I'm talking about is doing laundry.
Yeah.
But if you feel the need to cause an argument about the laundry and saying like, I'm controlling or something, then okay, whoa.
Oh my God, I know.
It's like,
oh my
wow.
God. The
Let's
controlling thing
wind
is
it back up.
crazy.
I just want you to do your laundry.
Yeah.
But you want to talk about my control? Okay,
Yeah.
what's this really about?
It's and like the whole like switching it up and calling you controlling for saying that like, oh, you need to do the laundry. You know what that is? That's blame shifting. That's deflecting. And that's not taking accountability for the problem and then shifting the blame onto you for bringing up the problem. And well, now actually I have this problem with you because you do da 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 da. All because you just said, hey, like you don't do the laundry and it stinks. And that is a problem with not taking accountability. People don't want to hold themselves accountable for the things that they do wrong because no one ever wants to think that they're a bad person. But guess what? Like, we're human beings. We make bad decisions and we make good decisions. But, just because you don't do the laundry sometimes, that doesn't mean you're a bad person. Don't take it personally. Just do the laundry.
Okay, you hear that, guys and girls?
Do your laundry. Do
I'm not
your
like
laundry.
honestly. Really, when somebody do bring up an issue, it really is just the issue. There's no.
It's just the issue.
There's no. I feel like 10, like, okay, 7 out of 10 times when I bring something up or my other partner brings or my partner brings it up, it is really just about that problem. Now, when I did think there is something more, that's where I realized that that's something more because of me. It's a me problem and me overthinking because I have unresolved issues that I need to
Don't we all?
solve.
Don't we
So-
all?
In all honesty, when somebody does bring something, just take it as it is. Most relationship I feel is more successful when you just take what they say as is. So what I came to realize with relationships and with guys in general when talking to them is they really just mean what they mean. There's really no hidden motives or anything. The ones that did have hidden motives, there was something wrong with their brains. Okay, they were the toxic relationships, but most guys that I've have talked to, they're really simple, straightforward thinkers. Like there's nothing underlying in it. Whenever I did think there was something, it's not because of them, it's really ultimately was because of me. And because I've been hurt so much in the past, I've been cheated on, been lied to, been all that. So I always feel like there is something. But that's where I realized that I've been bringing a lot of my baggage into other relationships and thinking like, oh, if he's not doing this, then that means he doesn't like me, or if he does do this or that. And like Honestly, it's so funny. It's like, so as you guys know, I am talking to someone right now. And
Cindy.
things are going good.
Cindy.
But I'm not going to divulge too much into it because it's still in the early stages. But the more I do talk to him, the more I realize that there are still things about me that I need to work on. For example, I am the type to... Okay, I realize about myself is that when I fall for someone, I always fall first and fall fast. And I was like telling myself the other day about how I remember getting mad at him because we FaceTime every day. I remember getting mad at him for not FaceTiming me because he was out with his friends. But I'm fine with you being out with your friends, but I don't like the fact that you didn't tell me that you were like... I was worried about him because like he was out, but I was working and all that, but it went quiet. So I did try to FaceTime him. He didn't pick up. I was like, what the fuck? Like, he normally picks up. But then I was just sitting there ruminating about it. And I'm just like, what am I getting mad for? It's still fresh. It's still all that. I'm just like, crap. I like him. That's why I'm getting mad. I'm like, crap. Why do I like him? Why do I like him now? Like, why do I like him? Like, why do I like him? I know why I like him, but like, why do I like him? I was like, why am I doing this again? Like, oh my God. I'm just kicking myself because when I like someone, I always like scared because like I always feel like I like start liking them first, and then so I start wanting to talk to them and wanting to like, you know, be around them and stuff, and like
You're just being vulnerable. You're just being your genuine self.
Yeah, but then like
and then it's like embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, or like I'm just getting like annoying because like now I'm getting mad because like he's not picking up. I'm just like, but why am I getting mad about that? Because I'm just like, he's fine and stuff, but then I am the anxious attachment style. I know that for a fact. And like and yes, I as I was talking, I saw my best friend Jackie earlier. As I was telling her, like, I am going to need that like reassurance, you know. And obviously I have to voice out how I feel, because if I don't, how is he going to know? And I did tell him that I was like, hey, I am upset with you, but I'm more upset with myself. But I'm just trying to like process how I feel, because processing my emotions and feelings when it comes to a relationship, like, dude, it's been almost over a year since my last relationship, so like I kind of not forgot, but like, it's just getting into the groove of like starting a relationship again after having a whole year of peace and quiet. Like, bro, when you gotten so used to having a peaceful lifestyle and having someone deciding to pop up out of nowhere and disrupt your peace, it's gonna take me some time, a little bit to like adjustment too, you know. I opened up to him about how I felt, and he opened up to me about how he felt, and I like the fact that he also took accountability too. But not talking about him, we're talking about me, is the fact that I realized that I have a lot that I do need to work on, especially since I am an anxious attachment style. I need to not be so critical, you know, especially on myself. And that's why it brings back to like, I need to show myself grace, that I need to not be so hard on myself for having feelings. Like, it's okay to have feelings. It's okay to like someone. It's okay to like start falling for someone. And even if I do fall first, that's okay, because I've been on that side of like social media where like, you know, empowerment of like, oh, you shouldn't be falling first. Girl, be the femme fatale.
Yeah, like
be
the dark feminine.
Like, you do all this.
Like the Men Love Bitches book.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, I haven't read it, but
yeah, but like as much as I like try to adopt that, like you said, it is kind of toxic, because that's just not who I am. I'm a fucking lover girl.
I
am a lover girl. Like I love love.
Me too, girl. Me too.
Like I love love, and like stopping myself from feeling what I feel And having like other people tell me like, oh, you should play hard to get, you should do this and all, or like you shouldn't be doing that and that. But it's just like, that's just not who I am. And like, yeah, I'm the type of person that I do when I fall for someone or like someone, I love them. Oh shit. We're not putting that in there. I mean, it was a hypothetical. It was a hypothetical. Okay.
I'm gonna keep that in there because that was crazy.
It's okay. I don't think he'll watch this.
No,
Okay,
it's
anyways.
okay. You were referring to him.
Okay. Huh?
You weren't referring to
Okay.
him.
Anyways, when I have feelings for someone,
Yeah.
when I have feelings for someone, I just fall first, and it's teaching me having to navigate those feelings again, because in the past I know what I have done that basically made me lose myself, and I feel like I'm coming back to a lesson where this time around I'm not going to lose myself in this, because I'm actually setting boundaries with him. I did have to talk with him about exclusivity and stuff right off the bat, because look, your girl's 30.
She wants kids.
I want kids.
She wants kids.
So, and I'm so busy.
Yeah.
I don't have time to be wasting time with this type of thing. I don't blank. I'm not looking for something short term or for fun. I'm not here to let's just go with the flow. No, this is what I want, and it's either you in or you out. And I laid those on him, and it seems like he wasn't scared off. We're still talking. So
Very nice.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like we still haven't established titles or anything.
Yeah.
It's honestly like I feel like whenever you do get into a relationship or talking to someone, lay out what you want right off the bat. I don't want to hear the whole like, oh, you should just feel things out, go with the flow, this and this and that. But if you know what you want, lay them out. And if they don't align with it, move on to the next person, because there is somebody out there that will align with it. Because when you start bending what you want and forgetting about your boundaries, that's when you start losing yourself. That's when you start losing yourself to the relationship, because you want it to work so much because you like him so much, but you want to do what he wants to do. No, that you start doing shit that doesn't make sense. You start giving more about yourself to that relationship, to that person, that you lose you. And in all my past relationships, I've always lost me, and I've always had to like pull myself out. I always have to wait for the worst of the worst to happen for me to be able to be like, fuck this, I'm out.
Because you love too hard. You just
Yeah.
love too hard,
Yeah.
which sucks.
Yeah, and
You're a lover girl. I'm a lover girl too, but I'm a lover girl too for sure. But sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but I have a question. Okay, do you know what limerence is?
yeah.
I limerence so hard. Okay, what is the definition of that exactly for our listeners?
Limerence is when you think there is a connection there when you barely even know the person.
You're like falling in love with the idea of them.
Of them, yes.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, you fall. You're not in love with them. You're just in love with the idea of them. That's what limerence is.
Yeah. And me being a lover girl, sometimes I'll be doing that and I don't know why. And then I have to snap out of it and be like, what's going on here? And that is definitely something that I mean, it's fun. It's kind of fun sometimes. But it's like, that's not real. None of that is real. All these fantasies that you have of your wonderful relationship and how things are going to go this way, and then this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, this is going to happen. It's not real. What's real is their actions and what they're doing towards the relationship, what they're doing towards you, how they're making your relationship work, the effort that they put in. That's what's real. So y'all don't get confused about, what's going on up in here and like outside in the real world, because you can think that they're such an amazing person. You can think that your relationship is going so well. But when you're crying in the middle of the night because they're not home, What is that? That's real, and that is not a happy, loving relationship.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's very true. That's when
it's a reality check.
it is. And like a lot of people don't have that self-awareness about when they're giving so much of themselves, pouring into a relationship that's already cracked at the base. Okay? Like you're pouring so much, but it's pouring out. You don't have that strong base or foundation.
Yeah.
And that's where that's why I'm thankful that I met him, to make me realize that I have been closing myself off in a sense, and I realized that I have a lot about myself that I need to work on. And just gonna say is like, you are right, action do speak a lot, and so far his action has been really nice. And
Cindy. Cindy. Oh, I'm so excited for you.
But when it comes down to it, it's hard to have that self-awareness when it comes to relationship. But then, even though I did say like I don't like hearing the words going with the flow, I was talking to Jackie about this earlier. Okay, so yesterday I did get mad at him.
Oh my god! But Cindy already.
I didn't get mad at him. I got mad at myself because I realized I was being way too critical on him, and I realized like, damn, it's only been like 3 weeks. But even though I don't like the words going with the flow, but sometimes it is okay to go with the flow.
Yeah, sometimes you have to.
But with a lifeline. Okay?
Yeah, you have to remember
with
who
a lifeline. So that's where I'm like, okay, so it's okay to go with the flow with the lifeline, okay? Because like the lifeline is establishing the base where it is, not aimlessly wandering around and stuff. You have a lifeline that you can hold on to, and now we're just floating down, not against the current, but with the current into on the river or ocean to enjoy the process.
So what is the lifeline?
The lifeline is that we are exclusive to each other, but we're just going with the flow in the sense that we're going to have fun with it too.
Yeah,
getting
definitely.
to know each other.
Yeah.
So how would you put that, like going with the flow with a lifeline? Is that too long?
No.
No?
What does that mean? Oh, too long?
As in like, because like, people are like, oh, just go with the flow.
With a lifeline. Yeah, that makes sense. Like that does make sense because establishing the exclusivity, or what are we exactly? Because, a lot of the time nowadays in these modern relationships. Situationships, yes. It is very much like, oh, well, he's out dating other women, but I want to be in an exclusive relationship and I'm sad because he doesn't want to do that. Then girl, why are you with him? Leave. Because if that's not what he wants, then you are not going to get it from him. And there's no point in forcing it out of somebody because it's not through their own volition. It's not through what they want. What he wants is to go date other women all at the same time, or vice versa. Like if you want to date other people, like Cindy, let's say if you wanted to go around and date multiple people at the same time, hey, you do you, boo. But if someone is coming at you saying, oh, I want to be exclusive, just do them a favor and be like, well, I don't want to be exclusive, and therefore this is not going to work out, and we just need to stop. Because it just saves so much trouble just being honest with each other about what you guys want. And if you guys want different things, then go your separate ways, because there's like no point. You can't force someone to want to be with you.
Yeah,
that's
very true.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, I know a lot of people also stay in relationships because
in the hope,
situationships, in the hopes that they would change.
No,
dude, I honestly feel like when you know, okay, and if you don't have that feeling with them right off the bat, they probably just want a friendship first or something. Just do the friendship first. That's fine.
Yeah,
but
they might come around later. But for the time being, if they're not going to do that, don't waste your time.
Yeah, because there is somebody out there that will. Because it's true. There is somebody out there that will.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel having, like a lot of people are afraid to have that talk too early. No, have that talk early.
Don't be scared. Why are you scared?
Like, have it early.
What are you scared of? Scaring them off? If it scares them off, then they weren't the one for you.
Exactly. Because, like, you don't want to be stuck in a relationship 6, 7, 8 months in and be like, so what are we?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
That is very. A lot of people will wait till like the 3-month mark, but I'm like, even with the 3-month mark, that's 3 months of my time that I could be on someone else. You know? Like you should not be afraid to establish your boundaries right off the bat because like I feel.
Speak up for yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
That's where like because that's how easily you can lose yourself and take it from someone who countlessly lost herself and never found herself in like any relationship, which she now realized that she will never find herself in any relationship because a relationship does not define who you are. You define who you are, and you always have to have those boundaries that make who you are and be grounded to be home to yourself. And when you don't have those boundaries, you start losing who you are because you think the relationship makes up who you are. And like the people who are all about their girlfriend, boyfriend, not having like healthy relationship with their friends anymore, it's really sad because then that's all you know, you know? And I've seen like...
I have to interject actually.
Okay.
On the other hand, though, I know a lot of partners that once they get together, they disappear off the face of the earth. But it's because they're just so happy and so in love that they don't really need anybody else. Like that partner is their best friend. They don't even need other friends. I mean, like they'll have other friends. Hey, bestie. But, you know, they're just so happy and so in love and so fulfilled that they don't, not to say that they don't need other friends or they don't need, like, I don't know how to phrase it right, but they just disappear because they are just so fulfilled, you know? And that's the kind of love I want.
You know, I mean, I'll be honest. That's actually really nice.
Yeah.
To have a love like that.
To have a love like that where it's just like you are
just
with
each
your
other.
partner all the or not even physically with your partner all the time, but it's like something happens and you just like text them a picture like LMAO, look at what just happened. Or like like my poop was kind of weird today. I don't know what that was about. You know, like
when you're just so comfortable with the other person.
You're so comfortable with them.
And like every moment is not a dull moment. And
yeah.
I mean,
or there are dull moments and that's okay because you're just happy. You're just so in love and so full of love that it just really doesn't matter what you do. You could be laying on the couch all day long, but hey, it's like with your best friend. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're putting in perspective that is kind of the love I really want. Like,
yeah.
I guess like I've never
We're lover girls.
Yeah. I always, you know, like honestly, that is what I want to.
Yeah.
Is to have someone to just want me.
It's like you're
To
in
want
your
to,
own
like-
world.
Yeah, in our own world,
Yeah.
like everything is making dull moments, like going to the grocery store, getting gas into a fun little adventure. And like, I'll be okay with if it's just me and him, you know, and our little family. And I just to have that, like, but I guess now, like, it's also putting into perspective for me is that because that's what I want. Not a lot of people want that though, or at least like the people that I've talked to or the guys that I've talked to. Like, I always felt like a burden for having those wants. I felt like having that want is a toxic trait.
Yeah.
Like people like would tell me like, oh, you should be doing things for yourself, or like you should be, which is, you know, valid. Let's say you can't be together all the time.
Yeah.
Like you should be able to still do things on your own, which I can do, but like being told a lot of times that that's something that's not attainable, of just being like, I can't always be there and stuff like that, or like, is it because you just don't want to be there?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like, if you do feel like you're going to get sick and tired of me, then damn, like, just break up with me. Yeah. I would rather you just break up with me because like, I want to be sick and tired of you. And I think that's how I feel right now. Like, I keep getting like thoughts. I'm just like, oh, because we talk every day, I feel like, what if he gets tired talking to me? Or like, what if he doesn't want to talk to me that much? Or like, you know, and that makes me start spiraling.
Yeah.
I realized that that's a me thing.
And you know what would help? Lexapro. Lexapro. Girl. Lexapro. I take my little pill every morning. The thoughts, bloop. But Cindy, no, like if we talked every day, it'd be a good time for me. Like I love talking. I know I want a partner that, it's so funny that you say that because I want a partner that I can talk to every day and that will talk to me every day and that will like text me updates on what they're doing and like send me a picture. Like I don't know why all my things are bath related, like sitting on the toilet. Like I don't know. But you know, that's the kind of love that I want, you know, is to be so, is that like obsessive? Is that like a toxic trait of mine? But like to just be so like intertwined in each other's lives, right? And
that's actually not.
Yeah.
Okay, like honestly, like backtracking what I say. I mean, don't get me wrong, still have a healthy relationship with your friendships and stuff like that. But having a love where it's just the two of you, and all it's just the two of you. I want that.
yeah,
That is something I want. I will.
that's a true power couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that you can just do everything and anything together. Like you not wanting to do something because your partner can't go. That just shows how much you care or love them. Damn. I just had like this tower moment of like realization. The fact that is something that I want, is to have my partner want to talk to me every day, want to have me in their presence, even if we're on FaceTime and like we're not talking.
Yeah.
You know, of like being comfortable in silence.
Yeah.
Like being in each other just vicinity. We can just do other stuff. You can game. I can be watching or reading or whatever. Like, but then realizing that that's always what I've wanted, but being told that is not healthy made me realize that I've been conditioned into thinking that.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to say it's like conditioned to, it's that hyper independence conditioning, I feel like is very typical of our generation or these generations to come, like being whipped, being, you know, like having a ball and chain. It's embarrassing, right? Like, oh, my wife can't go, so I can't go. Oh, like, so she controls you? Oh, that's so embarrassing. Like, oh, be a man. Like, where's your independence? No, it's not about that. It's that you just genuinely don't want to go because your partner's not going to be there and you won't have fun if your partner's not there. That's really the situation. But nowadays, you know, people are so fixated on themselves to the point where sometimes it's selfish. And like those sort of values of partnership and making a real and true connection with someone else is not valued as much because it's seen as weak or like embarrassing in some way.
Because I've always thought being obsessed with your partner is really toxic or is really like looked down upon and all, and I've always been told that. But I want my man to be obsessed with me as much as I am with them.
Period.
Or even more.
Period.
Okay, like
I get obsessive.
Yes.
You know, maybe it is.
It's a Scorpio in me, okay? Scorpios are known to be obsessive creatures, and I want a partner to be obsessed with me. I want them to be obsessed. Like, I will... Okay, reeling that back in. Okay, I'm not saying, like, I want every person to be obsessed with me, because that there is a fine line between... But the person I want... Okay, guys? The person I want them to be obsessed with me. The person I want.
Yeah.
Not everybody to be obsessed with me. The person I love and want.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah, definitely though, like have your independence in the relationship and, you know, like totally do things on your own for sure. If you want to, if that's what you want. But yes, I want a partner that loves as hard as I love. And I guess in the way that I need. at the same time, because there is a difference, right? Because someone can love so hard and so much, but sometimes it's not in the way that you need.
Yeah.
And then sometimes someone just straight up doesn't love you as much as you love them, which also sucks. Both of them suck, essentially. So there are 7 billion people out here in the world, okay? And we live in one city. I mean, I guess
Multiple cities.
multiple cities. But it's so hard. It's so hard to find that right fit.
Maybe you should move cities too.
I'm going wherever life takes me, honestly, at this point. I am going with the flow, and I have no
With a
lifeline.
Go with the flow with a lifeline.
I don't have a lifeline. I'm just floating along. So pray for me, because we'll see what happens. But yeah, no, it's just, yeah, fighting that kind of love is hard. But and sometimes it takes work, of course, because I've known couples that I'm so envious of their relationship. They just seem so perfect with each other, and the way that they love each other, it's like tangible, like it's like, oh my gosh, you could just scoop a whole mug of it and drink it. Like, it's like, wow, they are so in love, and it makes me sick. But sick with love. Sick with love. And then, when I'm talking to them about it, they'll be very honest and be like, no, we've had to go to therapy for this. Like, we've had to work so hard on our relationship, and we've grown so much from it, and we're so much better for it, but it wasn't always like this. So while love should come easy and you should feel it, right? Like, sometimes you feel it right off the bat. The relationship will take work. It always does. Anything that you love will take work, right? Your passions, your hobbies, that takes a lot of work. You have to study about it. You have to, invest in it. You have to upgrade, your life for the betterment of the whatever. Same thing with your relationships. You can't just walk in like how you come and be like, well, if they love me, they're going to accept me for me. No, that's not true. Yes, but at the same time, if some parts of you can afford to be better, you should work on that for the sake of your partner, because you love them so much.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it does.
Am I just like rambling? Am I just talking out of my ass?
No.
Okay. I hope I'm not saying things that are not true, but
No, it does make sense, because the relationship does take work.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it takes more than just love.
yeah. Yeah.
Love will always be the energy and the everything that makes everything go around. But
it's not enough.
It's not enough to keep a relationship sustainable. It takes both people to work at it. And being obsessed with each other helps a lot.
Being obsessed. I need someone that's on 10, because I'm on 10.
Yeah, I've always been so afraid to say this out loud, that I want my partner to be obsessed with me, because I have been told that that's a taboo to say, that shows weakness. No, I want him to be obsessed with me. Like, I want him to,
Because you're going to be obsessed with him.
Yeah.
It's the same energy.
Yeah.
I mean, what man wouldn't want their woman to be obsessed with them?
I want him to be a little bit more obsessed on me than me with him, but still obsessed with each other. Okay, honestly, it comes. Okay, there's this one music video. I think the singer name was Emily or something. The song was "Monster Under My Bed," but the music video was so cool. It's the fact that it was first starting off with she was stalking this guy. But
Don't be stalking people, though.
But turns out he's been stalking her. So they were obsessed with each other.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. And I was just, and that theme is very came up a second time when Ariana Grande with one of her songs. I think it was
oh yeah,
where it was
she breaks into his.
So it's somebody that
their house.
Their house or something.
Wait, was that Selena Gomez?
No, it was Ariana Grande. It was for, I think the song was That Boy.
Oh, okay, yes.
Something.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and she basically been stalking him. But turns out he's been stalking her. So that was a trope that was following me, and I was just I think that was a sense of like God's way of telling you like this is what you want, girl. Like this is what you want. Like own it. And that is what I want. I want the guy that I'm with to be obsessed with me because I'm obsessed with him.
Yes.
You know, because like I feel like when when the feelings are mutual, it works. It helps. You know. So, but then he can also be somebody that comes up from behind you at a fucking festival too. But anyways, we're not talking about him.
No, we're not. We're not.
But yeah, so relationship wise, I have been learning more and more about like what I want and who I want, and it's been very like a very intense couple of days because I also found out something about the planets too. Apparently, something's in trine with each other or whatever. But it's like in this period right now is where you're stepping out and gaining what you're setting your boundaries now. Set your boundaries now, especially with not just relationship but with your life too, because this is supposed to be your comeback era. This is supposed to be like for all the signs, to be honest. And it's supposed to come out like you are going, like things are finally aligning for, should start aligning for certain people.
Slay.
So set your boundaries.
I need some alignment.
I need my back to be
It's so true. So when does the whole planet thing end? Like how long is this period for?
Let's look that up.
We're gonna look it up.
Yes. Saturn conjunction to true nodes.
Nodes.
So Saturn is in trine with the North Node, and it just means you're stepping out into your boss bad bitch era.
Period.
Setting your boundaries with people and choosing yourself, because at the end of the day, even though we were talking about having a partner, but at the end of the day, you do have to love yourself and choose yourself because you only have yourself. Relationships aside and all that, if you truly think about it, becoming one with yourself and coming home to yourself and doing things that you love, doing things that makes you happy, makes you relax and all, and noting all of those so that when you do go into another relationship, if they start disrespecting what you do for yourself, then they're not the one for you, because the person that is for you, they will love and respect that of you, as you would love and respect their boundaries, their priorities and all, you know?
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, you do have to, it does come down to like, you do need to love yourself, because like I said, you don't want to lose yourself in that relationship. Once you make a relationship your sole purpose and all,
your personality
and everything, and as much as we did say that we want someone to obsess with us, I'm not gonna forget me. I'm not gonna forget myself, my boundaries, that I am a whole person with or without this relationship, because at the end of the day, I want my relationship to complement me, but also obsess with me, but
to bring you peace and also uplift you for who you are, and not just giving to the other person. It's a give and take, you know, like you're giving and you're building up this person, and they should be doing the same for you because they love you, not because you are serving them.
It has to be an equivalent exchange. Like at the end of the day, you're alchemizing something, but you should be putting in as much as they are putting in too. And it should be peaceful. And that's why having my peace disrupted from being single for so long. It's taking a little bit to acclimate to acclimate to with a new environment, but it's actually fun, and I'm enjoying it.
It's fun. It's exciting.
Like, it is, because I'm realizing like, damn, like I still have things to work on. Like I am still healing, and I'm still working things on myself, you know. And I'm far from being like a healed master manifester person, whatever, and all, because I still am learning as a person, and I realized that I still have a lot to work on, especially like having to help me reassure myself that things are gonna be okay, and I have to keep reminding myself that things are okay. But I do like the fact that he takes accountable for himself. I like the fact that he knows what he lacks, and he did brought up what he lacks. I didn't bring it up. He brought it up. So I was just like, okay, I like the fact that he's self-aware.
Yeah, and that's really hard to come across. I was gonna say something else. Self-awareness is definitely hard to come across, and I think there's like a statistic or something that like 90 something percent of people think that they are self-aware, when only like I don't know the actual percentage, but it's super, super low. Those are the people that are actually self-aware. And I've taken quizzes on, am I actually self-aware, or do I just think I'm self-aware? But I think the general consensus is that I am relatively self-aware. I know what I lack, but I also know what I bring to the table. And I feel like I bring to the table a lot more than what I lack / need to work on. Not saying that I'm perfect, but
Perfect.
I'm pretty close to perfect. Oh, maybe that's something I need to work on. I need to be humble, but I don't know. I'm quite the little gem. So I don't know. There's things I could work on for sure.
Yeah.
But
You are a treasure.
otherwise, I have a gem.
You are a treasure.
Thank you. Thank you so
You
much.
are.
So are you. So are you, Cindy. And if I were a man, I'd talk to you all day long.
Ah, if I was a man, I would too.
Oh my gosh! Are we doing this? We're gonna kiss?
Like, honestly, people don't realize what they have until they lose it.
Truly.
They
Yeah.
won't realize how amazing someone was to them, or how. And that's what sucks, is like people always wait until it's gone to realize how good they have it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of sad though. But oh well.
Sucks.
It is what it is. And
that's just a lesson that people have to learn from, is to value people even if in the midst of their flaws. They have value. They brought value to your life. And y'all had a good relationship at some point, sometime or another, yeah. But if you don't value that person for who they are, even in their flaws, so long as they are, working on them in some sort of way, to some capacity, and they don't treasure that, and then they leave, girl. And then what? What are you gonna do?
yeah.
Nothing. You just have to learn from it and move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Goes on me like
And that's tea time with... No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, but like, I mean, like at the end of the day, it's just like, well, I was the foster girlfriend. But
Yeah.
that also means you were the foster boyfriend. And now I'm gonna go make somebody else happy.
Like a placeholder almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And I guess that's just kind of the way life goes sometimes, is that you just want to try. You just want to try your best to make something work, because heartbreak is so painful. Like, why would you want to go through that? Why would you... Anyone that you're with, you're going to have to... You have to assume that they are the one. Because if not, then what are you doing all this for? And so long as you try, and you try your best, and you do everything that you can to make that relationship works, and it doesn't work, then
Let go.
Then
cut the lifeline.
cut the lifeline.
Cut the lifeline and float away.
Yeah. Don't go down the rapids. Cut yourself loose before you go down the rapids and go down the nice lazy river, because there's no point in staying on a sinking ship. Like the sunken cost fallacy. Like, just because of all the time that you've invested with them, all like the history that you have, like all these outlying factors, if you're not happy and you're trying so hard to be happy and nothing works, let go, because that is draining you of your happiness. That is draining you of who you are. And it's just not worth the trouble. Go through the heartbreak because it'll last for a long time, but it's temporary. Because you will find someone that makes all of that go away.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, find that in yourself. Like, find that love within yourself and find that peace within yourself so that even if someone else comes along, disturbs that peace a little bit, and maybe you'll have a little heartbreak situation, okay, I'm still whole at the end of the day because I've built myself up to be that way.
Yeah. Honestly, like, let go.
Yeah.
Like, surrender. Because once you let go of something that wasn't meant for you or wasn't for the best of you, once you let go, something amazing is going to come along. Because think about it, like if you're like holding on to a relationship that isn't working and you're trying so hard because you're holding on so hard and you're not letting in what is really meant for you, that is 10 times better than your situation, it's okay to let go.
Yeah.
And when I let go, something did fall into my hands.
That is so true, my girl. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and that's how funny how life works. You
Yeah.
know? God has amazing plans for you, and even though you think that you know what you want, God has something bigger for you.
Yeah.
And I reposted this as so long as He's waking you up, that means God has something planned for you. Every single day. Whether it's a lesson or a blessing, it's teaching you something. And like that's what's so enjoyable about life. And that's why I also love about my job. It's like I'm always learning something, even if it's something so mundane. But I am so happy. I'm so happy with where I'm at right now to be able to like explore our world in the sense that I get to help others while helping myself and learning more about myself through other people too, and meeting all these different strangers. Like it's like wow,
Yeah.
you know. And like I realized I am a people person. Even though I am an introvert, I am still a people person.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, like I still like.
I just love to talk.
but like I like talking to others if they are interested in talking to me. Like I don't mind getting to know them or and stuff like that. I realized how much I lost my people loving. Like I'm not a people pleaser. I'm a people lover, and I realized how much I lost that when I was stuck here doing the jobs that I didn't love. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I did like enjoy being a bartender and meeting people and stuff like that, but
It just wasn't,
it wasn't
for you. Like, it wasn't your
but
end goal.
yeah, but being in my current job, I love people. And even though, there will be sometimes somebody that doesn't seem lovable, but you have to understand, like, maybe they're going through something that you don't know. And they could be rude to me, but still just smile. If sometimes one conversation, one smile, one something can mean the world to them because you really don't know what people go through.
Yeah.
You know?
Just giving people that kindness and that grace. Like, you don't have to do it, but it's for the sake of others. It's for the goodness of, you know, other people and for the betterment of other people, just because they need it more than you do, you
Exactly.
know? So why not?
Exactly. Like, it's very humbling right now to just talk to so many people and like realizing like we're all very different, but we're all very the same. But yeah.
Aw. That was beautiful, Cindy. And that's a very positive note to end our little segment. So, any final thoughts, words?
No.
No?
No.
Well, then that is it. Thank you so much for tuning in for Tea Time with Cindy. See y'all next time. Bye.